The Champions League returns to the Santiago Bernabeu. We won it last year, we're the reigning champions, and we want to do something that only one club has ever done before in the modern era, which is winning back-to-back Champions League. The only club that ever did it was Real Madrid back in 2016, 17 and 18, and now this new Real Madrid team with Castorre as the main man wants to do it again. There are the players, the fans congratulated them and they were celebrating, It was the first game that we had played in Champions League since that Brøndby game in the semi-finals. So the fans were really happy and cheerful to see the players and to give them what they deserve, a standing ovation for winning the trophy. So we were playing against my former club Liverpool. I stayed quite a while there. We already played them in the UEFA Super Cup this season and smashed them 3-1. And in Santiago Bernabeu, Lorenzo Castorre scored his first goal against his former club Liverpool, and it was an absolute whippage from outside the box. He loved to score goals from outside the box for Liverpool, and now he's scoring them against Liverpool. An incredible golazo, and by the way, no celebration from Castorre, he's still respectful. He had his time at Liverpool, and he's thankful to them for everything they did for him. Ekitike almost equalized it right at the end of the match. We almost dropped the points, the sloppy defending, but at the end, the only goal from Lorenzo Castorre was enough to guarantee us the win, and we are first place, 3 points ahead of second place, 2 games, 2 wins. After that, it was time to return to La Liga. We haven't been super convincing so far, and now we have to play one of the toughest games, which is Sevilla away, which is always a very complicated matchup, and it was proving to be so because they took the lead pretty early on in the first half. Real Madrid struggled throughout the rest of the game. We didn't have many chances, but here Lorenzo Castorre gave it to Bellingham, and the Englishman missed. It was such a clear chance, he was completely alone. What an opportunity wasted. And at the end of the match, Lorenzo Castorre initiated a counter-attack all by himself, carrying the ball, gives it to Mbappe. Mbappe returns it to him, and the Chilean star gets a goal. We salvage a draw. It's not the best result in the world, it's still sloppy, but it's better than a loss, and Castorre is picking up goals for Real Madrid left, right and center. And after that, it was time to return to South America for more World Cup qualifiers, and this time we're visiting Bolivia, and we're gonna play in La Paz, one of the highest cities in the world, which means that this is definitely going to be one of the hardest games in Lorenzo Castorre's career, simply because the higher you are from the ground, the more difficult it is to get in oxygen, and many superstars such as Messi and Neymar have suffered effects of it. But for Lorenzo Castorre, it didn't matter. Curled it into the back of the net at the start of the second half, and what did he do? He went directly to the stand and started shushing the fans. Bolivia and Chile have their own beef, and Lorenzo didn't think twice before putting them in their place. And right after scoring an amazing goal, my teammate puts a great ball over the defense, perfect touch by Castorre, and he finishes that perfectly into the back of the net. An absolutely stunning pass over the defense that Castorre finished perfectly with an amazing first touch. And right before the game ended, Castorre got deep in the box and finished off Bolivia by assisting Pizarro for a final 3-0 score away from home. A very, very impressive result given the circumstances that we were at. And after matchday 3, we are top of the qualifiers of South America with 2 wins and 1 draw. Very good stuff. In the very next game against Venezuela, Castorre got the ball off a rebound from a corner, and he put that in the back of the net with a brutal strike, a gorgeous curler that bounced off the post and into the back. Towards the end of the match, Venezuela actually equalized against us. They made it 1-1, shocking us, but even still, not the end of the world. 2 wins and 2 draws from the first 4 games. Not bad. After a short stay in South America, Lorenzo Castorre returned to Spain to play the start of the new Copa del Rey campaign. Last year it was catastrophic. We lost in the first round at the Bernabeu against Tenerife, but this time Real Madrid had the intention of winning this trophy. It's not a trophy that Real Madrid often does well in, they don't really perform. We're going to face second division side Deportivo La Coruña, who are definitely on the rise. We were having a good season in the Segunda, but in the second half, Lorenzo Castorre was absolutely unleashed. Chips it over the keeper with a right foot finish, and he takes the lead for Los Blancos. Last year he hit an absolute low in that first Copa del Rey fixture, and this season he was trying to do the exact opposite, and Fran Garcia was running like a demon on the left, crossed it, and Castorre made it 2-0. 2 goals from Castorre. But like I said, he was absolutely unleashed and he wanted even more. Trent Alexander-Arnold crossed it into the box for him, and he squeezed it over the keeper. I think that's another right foot goal, maybe a hat-trick of right foot goals, I'm not sure. But both fullbacks were delivering him amazing crosses and he was putting them in the back of the net like it was no problem. A hat-trick in the first Copa del Rey fixture, and we advance to the next round. Lorenzo Castorre beating his demons from the past year, and we are through. After that, it was time to face Lille in the battle of the Mbappe brothers. We have Kylian Mbappe in Real Madrid and Ethan Mbappe in Lille. It wasn't a game with too many opportunities and not many spaces, but at the end of the first half, Lorenzo was running like a demon on the right hand side, and he crossed it for Mbappe to get his goal and defeat his brother in the battle of the Mbappe brothers. A very good showing by Real Madrid, who finished the first half of the group stage in the Champions League with all victories. 3 matches, 3 games, 3 victories. Pretty fantastic stuff, and it's promising for the rest of the campaign. And finally, we were back in La Liga. It was time to face Burgos at the Bernabeu. Burgos have had a pretty decent season so far, and we were kind of disappointing in La Liga, but it was time to lock in and stop wasting points. Lorenzo Castorre opened the score right after the game began, an assist by Vinicius Jr, and we were absolutely locked in and trying to get a big win so that we could prove that we want to fight for the league title. The Bernabeu absolutely cheering for Lorenzo Castorre. They want him to win the Ballon d'Or, by the way. They think he can win it, and Vinicius and Mbappe are doing everything they can to help him and to get him even closer. In the second half, Castorre returned the gift to Vinicius Jr, giving him a goal for a 2-0 score. Real Madrid were absolutely on fire today, and immediately after Vinicius made it 2-0, he gave it to Mbappe, who made it 3. And this game was giving those MSN vibes where Mbappe, Vinicius and Castorre were absolute monsters together, an amazing trio, one of the most dangerous in the world, if not the most dangerous. Like I'm telling you right now, we might be getting close to the level of the MSN. I'm just saying, Lorenzo, Vinicius and Mbappe, they're linking up well, they already have a good first season together, and now they're exploding. And after that, it was time for El Clásico, the first League Clásico of the season, and we wanted to show that we were locked in and that we want to win the La Liga again. And what better way to do it than to defeat Barcelona in their own backyard? There's Lamine Yamal. Castorre hasn't forgotten what happened in the Super Cup, and he wants his revenge. What better scenario to get it in than Lamine Yamal's own backyard? But against all expectations, it was actually quite a rocky match, and Lorenzo Castorre was really struggling with Barcelona's new youth product at the back, their new bright and talented defender Mbappe, and he was absolutely manhandling Castorre in this match. Castorre wasn't able to get past him a single time. He was an absolute wall, stopping the Chilean star. And Castorre was very frustrated. He was usually the one breezing past defenders, and this new guy is not letting him get past him. And the game was getting lost, but when Lorenzo can't, Mbappe can. Another last-minute win, Mbappe scoring it yet again, and we will take the 3 points at the very death of the match in the Camp Nou. Look at the reactions. We know how big of a match this was. We know how big of a result this was. We jumped to second place, just 2 points behind the leaders, and most importantly, we sink Barcelona down.